Hey, Gator fans, I am joined by somebody who needs absolutely zero introduction if you have been a Gator fan longer than 5 minutes. But I'm really excited. I have Buddy Martin for you today. Buddy Martin has interviewed every single Gator coach for the last, I don't know, 5 or 6 decades, right, buddy? His resume is so incredibly impressive. It's almost actually kind of embarrassing to share the screen with him because this man has done it all. He has written best-selling books. He has written for multiple newspapers. He has conquered the internet. Gatorbait is something that has been around for a very long time, incredibly popular. He's got a podcast, buddy. I don't even know exactly where to start with your resume. What is your very favorite thing to lead with?
My favorite thing is that when you were a youngster, you were 15 or 14 or 15, and they were winning championships, Florida, you had clippings on your wall,
I did.
and you had one of mine.
I did.
And
I
so
did.
that's my biggest thrill.
This has been really neat. Buddy Martin does the Buddy Martin Show, and I have gone on as a guest regularly for several months at this point. And
No, more than that. But probably getting closer to several years by now. You are a hot topic on our show on Wednesday nights. I'm going to say this right now, and then I'm not going to say anything else about you because your head's going to get so big. Because you're so popular on our show, beloved by everyone. Everybody says, that girl, she's really good. Yeah. And I will say right now, you're unequivocally the best, and I don't mean this in a bad way, hottest um, female podcaster in the Southeast in terms of your knowledge, your body of work, and your work ethic. I'm just going to say, how many mothers of two sets of twins have the ability to manage that plus their husband, and then have enough time to do 3 or 4 podcasts a week and do other shows like mine? I mean,
well,
she's the amazing Alley is what she is.
oh, well, buddy, I so appreciate that. And I have so much fun doing your show. And we have gotten to talk about all different topics having to do with athletics at the University of Florida. But this is the first time I've gotten to have you on my show to do this. And I'm really excited to talk to you a little bit about Coach Napier. He's obviously headed into year 3, which is one of those things that we've kind of bookmarked, you know or you don't know after 3 years. And you have covered everybody. You are now getting an up close and personal view of the Napier era. What do you like about Coach Napier?
That's a great question. I think what I like about him, he's a kind person, which is something you don't hear much
Yeah.
people talk about.
Yeah.
I think he is an ethical person. I think he tries to do what is right. I like that he is patient, although maybe he's too patient sometimes. Uh, and I like that his father was a coach. He followed the game, and now he's gotten his moment. All he has to do now is pull the trigger and make it happen. And what a wonderful time to do it this year when nobody thinks he will, against an unbelievable schedule that people have just written him off on.
Mm-hmm.
And the team has gradually gotten better here, just a little bit at a time. And I just wrote this column over the weekend about, little things happening, the feeling you begin to get, and, the signs we see, obviously on quarterbacks, and now they got a world-class offensive lineman in the portal. Things are happening, and I'm thinking about that old cliche, why not us, as they talk about. But I was thinking about when I came on there, I thought, I've taken both sides of the fence here.
Sure.
I've been critical over the years. I've been known to be critical. But I'm thinking this time around, I'm about to go over to the positive side again. Because, look, every year is a challenge. There are no guarantees. Nobody gets it right on recruiting. Look at the mistakes they've made. And all of a sudden, the good things have happened. Yes, I know it's like the Bataan Death March, the back half of the season. But, again, I know I get accused of being a sunshine pumper. Sorry about that. I choose to go into it with hopefully an attitude of enjoyment. So those are some neat things. So those are things I'm feeling good about. I know it's just May, and we have a lot of football. You and I will talk about it all summer long. But I kind of feel like something's creeping up here. I don't know what.
Well, I like the positive attitude. I like the sunshine pumping, but I do want to talk about the other side of the coin as well. So, you've told me the attributes of Coach Napier that you like, the things that you think he is doing right, or the personality traits he has that are positive. But what are some things that you want to see him improve on?
Communications. I will say he made some steps in that direction recently. I loved his interview with Josh Pate.
Hmm.
I thought Josh Pate did a really good job. All I've been wanting him to do is to speak out and show us a little who he is.
Hmm.
I think he did that in the Pate interview. Be a real person. I wanted him to open up the media to the media some.
Sure.
Be a little more open about that. Uh, I don't care about the calling in the plays. He's not going to give that up. Whoever it is, he's going to be the final word on that anyway. Uh, he does need to resolve the special teams. I know you're not happy with this answer on the special teams question, and nor am I. But I think that, and some people say, and Shane Matthews argues with me all the time, as I'm sure he will tonight on my show, that he says everybody's a special team coach. All the coaches are. Well, the guy I saw coaching Urban Meyer was the special teams coach. So I think I'd like him to resolve that. Um, he's got some ballers. He's got some players.
Hmm.
I don't know. He's got enough to win the SEC, whatever, but I'm a big believer if you go back and look in the history of Florida football, the really great years were the years when we weren't expecting that much. If you go back to 69, Carlos Alvarez and John Reeves, wonderful, Ray Gray was his first year in Florida in 1960. All of a sudden, he was winning 8, 9 games. We never had that in Florida. Of course, we know about Steve Spurrier and all that happened there in the urban. But when you have the expectation of success, and you don't get it, it's gloom and doom.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like a little serendipity here about wouldn't it be wonderful if they somehow found their way to get close to the playoffs? What a year that would be. So I'm thinking, why not? Look, this whole league has changed.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of people who can knock you off in this league right now.
Mhm.
And by the way, just a quick warning to people in Texas: don't start with me on their mouth right now. Okay, I'm already hearing it. That you're already trying to take over the league. You haven't played a game as a league member. You're already telling us how to run the league.
Yeah.
Come in there and be a nice little team and follow along, and you'll learn how to play the game of football. Great programs can be fun, but you don't own the SEC. That was the Southwest Conference, boys and girls. This is the SEC.
That it is. Buddy, I appreciate this. This was such a good time. You're going to have to come back and do it again. Tell anybody that's watching this channel where they can find your work, where they can watch you,
Oh,
where they
thank
can
you.
read your articles. Tell us all the information.
I've been waiting for this opportunity to be on your show for a year, waiting for you to ask me. And finally, I got invited. I really have enjoyed it. Uh, Allie joins me usually on Wednesday nights. We're on at nighttime live, but you can get us anytime during the day. Most of our listeners and viewers come during the daytime. We're on YouTube, The Buddy Martin Show, also on the SEC Sidelines, which is one of the shows we're in. And we're on there 4 times a week. We have just about all Gators all the time. We have a good group of guests that we have that we call upon every week.
Lots of good.
And then we have Gator Bait as we do our magazine. And we have pieces there by Fransbury and myself. And by the way, shout out to my boys, Kyle and Matt, who graduated in journalism this year, who've been
Yeah.
really, really good. Yeah. They've been great contributors, and I'm going to miss them, but I'm really proud of them. So, by the way, we're also looking for replacements. So let us know if you think you can write sports like Allie. By the way, you owe me a story one day.
I know, I do. I owe you a story. I'm
I can't complain given what you're doing there. So, but no, I would look forward to having a piece and on you as a legacy. I think about how wonderful it is. I tell people all the time, and I get a lot of people who compliment you on your work, Allie. So keep up the good stuff and keep it going. And how do you do it anyway? How do you do it?
Oh, well, we have a saying in our house that we're going to sleep when we're dead. That's
Mhm.
that's the Wilbur House motto. But when when you love something, when you're passionate about it, it's not work, right? You figure it
But
out.
it really does need to necessitate the fuel. to be able to keep going. You do it because you love it, and that's what shows in your work is that you're very passionate, you're knowledgeable about it, you do a lot of good homework on it, and I love hearing your thoughts and hearing your reporting. And I love Wednesday night, and I love having you back here. Now I made it on the Alley P. Wilbur show. Wow, I can put that on my resume.
Oh, your resume. That is going to be a very small footnote at the very bottom. But I do appreciate it. And I will see you on Wednesday night.
Looking forward to it. Thanks for having me on, Allie.
Thanks, buddy.